tuned in to talk about Tuesday. I know you're saying to yourself, where is she been? Well, I've been around. And if you tune in from 12 to 2, you will see me. Because midday live, major vibe is alive in me. So I'm excited to be here on my afternoon shift and hanging out with you today. I'm excited because I got to get with me. I'm hanging out with the very lovely, exciting, and entertaining partner. People hang out with us and talk to us and tell us all about children down Tanzania, a trip, a swim, and how you can help us and continue to teach the kids a little bit of English. So stay tuned. Receptionist, voice of our building. Corporate sector. Yeah. So it was right behind this part, that's an option. Yeah. And this lady, she was like, yes, all the everything that was going on. And her voice was very similar but different, but the same. And it was anytime that her announcements would come, I didn't even care about the announcements. Her name was Jackie. Her name was Jackie. I made announcements for Baptist Hospital. I went to the switchboard and I made announcements. And I called the codes for the hospital. And one day a lot of people knew who I was because I coached and come down to the cafeteria, socialize a lot on my book. One day I was down and I jokingly asked, and I said, attention, please, attention, code please. A lady said, oh my God, this is your voice. She said, I always wondered who that was. She said, you called the calmest somebody is dying over, over the ambulance. They are so calm. I was like, this friend. I never thought about cold blue. You know, I mean, I know what cold blue is, but I just never thought about I'm calling a calm somebody that's dying. I'm just thinking, don't make everybody panic. That's all I'm thinking. People who don't know what it is don't be panic. Yeah, sounds very calm. Like I'm thinking, why the heck would I get on there and be like, cold blue, cold blue? Oh my God, it's cold blue. That does not sound like your person gonna make it. Like, and if you happen to know their room number and I say it, oh my God, somebody need to get the room 215. Yeah, like it's awesome. And, I know it must feel good because you're actually doing because there's so many people that have I've been, but they don't get really they don't get to finish what they say. Like they're not doing anything with them. So every time they go to the school, every time they go to the every time they go to the office, they say, "Ooh, you listen to on radio," and they're not on anything. Yeah, and then they're like, "I know." It's like the
pretty young girl who should be a model. And
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, tell me how, like, yeah, right now I'm working at freaking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you
yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much. I can remember when barbers on model was a thing. Remember barbers on? Oh, or if I just
heard about it, but
I forgot. I have the pins. Yeah, there was a thing in the United States. A little bit before you, because I was might be just saying before.
yeah, no,
He was like, oh yeah, for barbers on. They had already squashed barbers on by then. This is probably early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, and barbers on modeling. You could go there and they would teach you to model and they would put you on a runway. Oh yeah. And people would tell me that all the time. You should go to barbers on Wednesday. And I said, oh, okay. I'm gonna call it one day. And one day I just discovered, hmm, that's what barbers are doing. Oh, he wasn't told. Yeah. And what they thought I needed to pay for them to sit there by that. I just went to cosmetology school. I just know I need to do. I need to be here for the school with me. No, no. This body also way too much money for the basics. Yeah, and that's what I never know. Like somebody to donate and to make sure that you go deep in your pockets so that you will be able to help fund the Kilimanjaro trip, as well as help take care of the babies and help them continue to learn English. It is, in fact, a project that she took on while she was already in Kilimanjaro's grasp. So I can see why it's such a heartfelt thing. I can see why it's very passionate for you. But besides the climbing mountains, for no other reason than to see what's at the top, and besides teaching kids to speak English in another country, what is this water thing that you do? What's the water about? What you doing with the water?
Yes, I'm a professional scuba diver, and so I'm
not a play one, a professional
scuba diver. I had this dream always as a child, eventually be an athlete of some sort. I just didn't think that it would be scuba diving.
Okay.
But I'm a dive master and a scuba instructor. I primarily work as a dive master, so it's basically, like I explained in Tanzania to my friends in Tanzania, it's like being a safari guide, but underwater. So I get already certified divers who sign up and they want to have a guide for their trip so that they don't have to get lost down there by themselves. And also because I know where all the cool stuff is.
Okay.
And so then I take, 2 to 6 customers down below and show them around. Like today we saw these massive Atlantic stingrays, for example, that are like 6 to 8 feet across, and with the tail, they're like 12 feet long. Just absolutely incredible creatures. And also at the same time, of course, make sure they're safe. They don't run out of air. They don't run out of bottom time.
I love it.
And just make it as much fun for them. So since I know these waters here in Florida really well, I know where the hidey hole is for the octopus or where the nurse shark usually likes to sleep. So, they kind of get the best tour of under the water in the Gulf.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I've decided that my underwater tour is going to be, I'm going to fill up a bathtub, put on some goggles, and she's going to stick fish under there so I can see them.
I'll go buy some goldfish.
And she can just drop them in there, and I'll be all surprised and shocked, and the awe on my face will just be amazing.
You want a snorkel too?
I'm going to need a snorkel. Yes. So I can see everything.
I love it.
Yes. I'm not going to be able to get in that sea though, but I'll watch. If she films it, I will watch the video.
I have lots of videos on YouTube.
So listen, we're going to step out for a minute, take a commercial break, play some music, identify what's going on the radio, and we will be right back here at RWR Live 365. It's all because you are listening to Radio Reimagine and you are tuned into the culture. And it's happening all at the same time. Yes. It's your girl Misunderstood. And we'll be right back. And I'm froze. That's not nice. I don't know why. Because the little button missing. Let's just say he's busy. I have to call him who he is. So it would appear that I am actually unable to click off. So we will continue to talk. Today, I am a full podcast. I shall not.
That's okay. We both like to talk.
Yeah, I would. No such thing as dead air when you know how to talk, baby.
Absolutely.
Born for it. Tongue and teeth intact. So, like we were saying, before the button refused to cooperate, you're going to go back and tell us some of the things that you actually have on your wish list. What are some of the things you're hoping you're able to take back to Africa with you?
Yeah. Well, this last year, like just because I love to celebrate what we've accomplished, because it gives like people watching it on Facebook and on my videos, on my Patreon page for it. it really inspires because I've been able to do a lot with a very small budget out there. Like last year, I was able to get new school uniforms for all the kids that come to my after school program, new shoes for all of them when I realized that a lot of them had, poorly fitted shoes or very old shoes. I was able to get all the supplies the seniors needed at the local senior center. Anytime I went, I'm like, what do you guys need? And they're like, well, our staff need rubber boots. And I'm like, okay, let's go get some rubber boots. And I was also able to sponsor 3 young people for college already. That was something I just did not expect to be able to do.
Yeah.
But for most of them, if they're going to state schools, the school fees and dorm fees and all of that is only about $1,000 for a year.
Okay.
So I have these 2 twin girls who are going for a 2-year program. So I already raised enough for their 1 year. And so we're getting ready to raise for their 2nd year. So it's another $2,000 for their 2nd year. But we have lots of time still.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a good 8 months still to raise that money.
Yeah.
And then I have a young man there who is actually studying water science, which is very important there because there's a lot of fluoride in the groundwater there, naturally occurring fluoride. It's not toxic waste or anything. And that's what makes it very difficult because it's going to be there.
Yeah.
The only way to fix that is with specific types of filter systems that are very expensive and difficult in these villages. So he's studying water science. And so I've been able to help him as well. And so these young people, they come from small villages and from places where many can see, like, you feel like there is no chance, like, oh, my parents can't afford college and there's not going to be an opportunity. But in order for this developing country to develop, people need education.
Absolutely.
So I've been excited. So I'm raising more money for those young people. And then as my young kids are growing up, I'll be raising money for that. But right now, the most immediate needs that I have is the funds for publishing the textbook for the kids.
Yeah.
And we also do a weekly party. So it costs about $100 a week for me to feed 55 kids.
Okay.
And the ladies who cook the food and I volunteer. And so that's a weekly expense that we have that sometimes feels a little bit much, but it's major because the kids otherwise eat white toast for breakfast. And when I ask my guy, with what? He goes, what do you mean with what? The kids. Just bread. And I'm like, no butter, like jam. No, bread, 2 to 3 slices of bread. And it's white, like bunny bread, And then for lunch, they typically get ugali, which is their traditional food. They love it. But nutritionally, it's cornstarch, just cooked into a paste. And a lot of times the kids don't really get much of anything else. Like they said, a little bit of some vegetables is what my guy told me. And maybe some porridge or ugali again for dinner. And so this weekly meal is vegetables and fruit and chicken and beef, and they get a nice meal.
Gotcha.
A more balanced meal.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the things. And once a month, I take the supplies to seniors, and that costs me about $150. I bring adult diapers, painkillers, latex gloves, cleaning supplies, and then foods, but particularly the nutritious part. So I'll bring them dried sardines that they love with their ugali. I don't care for them that much, but the seniors especially just love them. And I bring them beans and things to go with their rice and their, things like that. But my big wish list item in the next year is to raise about 20 to 25,000 for the actual center for My Shaniota. That's the name of the charity. My Shaniota, it stands for Life Star. And I've been told that land would cost somewhere between 7 to 10,000 for a nice area where I could have housing for volunteers, have the classroom building, recreational facilities, a kitchen to cook these meals for everybody and all of that. And then the buildup would be, depending, the phase 1 buildup would probably be about 5 to 7,000. So the very first phase will be about 15 to 20. And then to do volunteer housing, I think the total budget will be about 25,000. So that's our big goal for the next year.
But an achievable goal.
But achievable. And when I found that out, I said, okay, this seems like a no-brainer to have our own facility, because we're sort of outgrown the little corner store where we're holding our English class right now.
And good. Kids. And good.
Yes. And I don't want to turn the kids away. They want to learn so badly.
Yes.
And English is important for them.
Always a good thing.
Yes. They're the most attentive students I have ever had. I've taught university, I've taught Tigers, I've taught privately as a business owner, and I've never had not a child or an adult that is as attentive and eager to learn as these kids. So it's very rewarding as an educator.
Make you feel good all deep down on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, we have got your page up on the website. We have got it shared through other forms of our social media.
Nice.
And we have got the goal and the plan intact. So since the button is not cooperating, we will give the button the business. Button, you can have it. This is Misunderstood right here at RWR Lab 365. You have been tuned in with me and Ina. And if you are so inclined, please go to our YouTube page. Look at the information that is posted on the link and donate if you feel so inclined. If you don't have money, give what you can. Buy book bags, buy fresh socks. Give her your food stamp card. I don't know how you can help, but however you feel so inclined.
But you are correct.
Without the fraud. I was joking about the food stamp card. No fraud involved.
But you are correct. Like each time that I go, I also bring supplies. So I can take about, depending on what airline I'm flying, I can take 2 to 4 bags with me. And so last time I brought a lot of school supplies, things that I know that are difficult to find over there.
Gotcha.
And so, I just, bring those types of supplies for them.
So paper, pencils.
Especially like colored pencils, crayons, markers, paper. It's a little bit easier to find there. Like I can find pretty good quality paper. And of course it's a little bit heavy to take. I particularly like those like little workbooks for little kids where you draw the letters and the numbers and all those things. I've been able to find them like at Dollar General for $1.50. Sometimes at Walmart too for $1.50 or $2. But those are really great for my tiny tots. Because I have two groups. I have my tiny tots that are like 3 and under, and then I have the classroom that's 3 to 13. If they know how to sit and pretend that they're writing. As soon as they're ready to sit the whole time and pretend that they're writing, they can sit with the big kids,
I like it.
Yeah. And so those kinds of things. And, and sometimes I'll bring, or I'll have, when I have guests coming, I'll ask them to bring something nice for the kids. Like one of my donors who came to visit last year and stayed for three weeks in Tanzania. He brought like all the kids a soccer ball.
Oh, I like it.
Because some of those types of things can be very expensive, like a type of soccer ball that you can buy.
And for that particular area, considered definitely not a necessity, not even on the wish list of things.
No, but they love soccer. Yeah. And then the thing is over there, the same soccer ball that you can buy here in a discount store for like $4 or $5, over there is like $32. So it would be out of the realm of possibility. Yeah. So most of the kids there, when they play soccer, they play with this, like they call it a hard ball. And it's basically just all kinds of old foam, mattress foam, tied with rope into a ball about this big, and so they were super excited.
I like it.
So, just to bring them some things that really would be.
Yeah. Make sure you're taking a note of that. So we call it the cornbread paper books. Get the cornbread paper books, the little kindergarten books, so they can start writing their ABCs. Yeah. Colored pens, pencils, markers, not hard. Yeah. Not hard.
And the stickers is another thing that I found very difficult to find over there. And, stickers are just fun when I do little quizzes. Like it just brightens their day to have something when they've done a really good job. I don't know, when I was young, it motivates you to study. So I try to do the things that I remember myself feeling like,
the things that were fulfilling and rewarding at the same time.
Exactly.
Nobody wanted to be on the bad list.
No.
Next to me, because I was probably...
You were on the bad list? Really?
I probably am part of the reason why they had one. No, I wasn't. I was not. I was not. I tried to be good. I did. I tried really hard.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I worked really, really,
really hard at it. So, colored pencils, books for the younger kids.
Like I said, maybe stickers, things like that. And it's like when I first come back, I also try to bring, like last time I brought like some really cool lollipops. It's not typical of me to want to give kids candy because
I know this.
Because in my actual profession, I'm a health person,
In her actual profession, she's a health person. And the health person got healthy and climbed mountains and goes deep sea diving. And she just does,
Yeah. And so, so typically it would be like on my no-no list. But by the time I got to Tanzania and I realized that those kids, I can kind of relate because I grew up in rural Finland myself. And during a really bad era of like what would be a really bad 15-year recession in Finnish economy when I was growing up. Now, when you're a child, you don't know that you're living in the middle of a recession. And that's why your parents have only one car that has 4 different colors, quarter panels, and that you're eating sometimes, oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But like candy wasn't something we got like hardly ever at all. And it was just like, that one little piece, maybe once every couple of weeks and on special occasions. And soda you only get on midsummer party, And when I got to Tanzania here, I'm always very against even like bringing gifts. Like my nephews and nieces never get candy from me, anything like that, because they have so much of it already. But over there, I realized that these kids, like you give them one piece of candy and they're just like, get a candy. Yeah. And I went, okay, like that's a proper treat. This is not an excess.
It's not.
I'm not destroying their health.
They're not scooping it up in the handful and shoving it in their pockets and then scooping another handful for the next pocket.
No. And actually the first school that I ever went to visit there, it was the cutest thing because I brought some candy, a little bit against my own will. My guide was saying like, oh, bring him some candies. And I said, okay. And when I tell you, these kids were like 3 and 4-year-olds. And I went with the bag and they each put their hand in the bag and they all just took one piece. None of these 3-year-olds went, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they were, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They're just so, and they're very happily well raised, so they're just really adorable. I'm not a big kid person. I'd never taught children before. Oh. But I like these kids.
Listen, I promise that's saying something. Yeah.
Yeah.
To say that you actually like a kid. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because it's something now to find children being raised with manners. They definitely have to be above a certain age because these some of the tiny ones now are just woof. Woof.
Yeah, my sister is a kindergarten teacher, and when she came to visit last December, and I brought her to my class she came to visit on our Christmas party day. And I mean, because she deals with kindergarteners herself in Finland. And she saw these kids in this courtyard and it's crowded and, their chairs are right next to each other and they're getting gifts and there's all kinds of hoopla going on. And after we walked out of there, she was just like, I just can't believe these kids. I just can't believe it. So
a lot is happening.
Yeah. So they're really,
they're
really fun.
And it's going to be really good to hear the story that comes back. I'm waiting to hear how it all turns out and you ain't even left yet.
Yeah.
And I'm already ready to hear about the return.
Yeah. One of my long-term interests with these kids is that to see like really what will happen with each one of them with this sort of a random intervention. Because I didn't go there to teach them.
Yeah.
And so they recruited me. They wanted me to keep coming back and they wanted to learn. And that's how it evolved. So I can't wait to see like how their story goes after this, with the effect of my Shanyota and all these English classes and the exposure.
I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited. So we got the button. The button is back.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Okay, we don't want to beat it. We don't need to beat it up, huh?
No need.
Decided to cooperate.
Put the hammer down. Yes. So we are going to let you guys have the rest of your Tuesday. We are going to sign out right here and give you the opportunity to donate, give, or